Alright guys, here we are on episode 2 of Exploring the Forgotten Coast. We are launching at a 10-foot hole here in Apalachicola. We're about to jet offshore and do a little red grouper fishing with Captain Rickey Banks of Betternuttin Charters, and we will be sure to put all his contact information in the description below. Guys, if you're looking for an inshore fishing trip, offshore fishing trip, a shelling charter, or just a relaxing sunset cruise, Mr. Rickey Banks of Betternuttin Charters should be at the top of your list, guys. Third generation Eastpoint Floridian, knows the water like the back of his hand, gonna get you where you need to go, get on fish, go see those sunsets, but most importantly, you're gonna have the time of your life. You're gonna laugh the entire time, and you're gonna make memories that last a lifetime. All right, let's go get hooked up. I got a little tug. There he is. Yep, got him. Good fish. That's a good fish. Too close. Oh, man. Big fish in there. Yeah. Turn that phone this way. Other way. There you go. You got one. Here. Can't get a cameraman to get the fish. Really, son? That was a tragic thing. Alright, one more fish.
On Betternuttin Charters, we get stew. We don't just die.
Somebody's got to show us how to sound.
It's a gag group.
Yeehaw.
Good night.
Look at that thing.
Better be glad it ain't September, baby. Good night. That's why I thought it was a snapper. Look, yeah, look at here, son. Oh my goodness. Who's your daddy?
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. We just had a great morning out here with Mr. Rickey Banks of Betternuttin Charters. Such a good time. My side actually hurts because we laughed so hard, caught a whole bunch of fish, and we're going to put the links to his different numbers and ways to get in contact with him. He does shelling trips. He does sunset cruises, offshore, inshore. And Mr. Rickey, how about you tell us a little about yourself? I know you're third generation Eastpoint. Your son, River, one of my best buddies, is fourth. Creek is going to be fifth, so that's 5 generations of Eastpoint. What was it like growing up here? What did you guys do for fun? How'd you make a living?
Well, growing up here was fun, man. We down the shoreline in Eastpoint with all oyster houses and crab houses, and all the kids were swimming the channel. And actually, when we got off the bus from school, we'd go back out oystering and go to work. But we did all sorts of things. You know, there wasn't a whole lot around here, but we did have a skating ring in Appalachian. We had a outside theater, which is where you learn that how many people can fit in the trunk of a 1980 Thunderbird, because you wouldn't learn that any other place. With the drive-in theater, we all would get in the trunk of the car, so you only had to pay for one. But nah, man, we had a good time growing up here. Life was simple. There wasn't a whole bunch to do, you know, so we stayed fishing in the channel. We'd take cooked crabs and throw them out in the water and snatch hook mullet. There was a lot of things to do, but it was simple things, you know, simple life. Everybody enjoyed life. It was a slow pace and just living the best life. We've lived in paradise our whole lives, and we never realized it.
Yeah, for sure, and I see it, and that's that's why we moved here, and that's why people vacation here. This place is stuck in time, and I think that's very special. This is old Florida, and it's so awesome to hang out with somebody like you, and get real close with your family, and be kind of brought into this culture here that we want to keep going and keep alive. So you were saying earlier that you used to get home from school and y'all get right on the moisture boats and get out in that bay. What was that like?
It was nice, man. People don't realize it now, but when you used to drive through Eastpoint, right on the waterfront was trailer parks. We lived in trailer parks. There was, as you coming in from the east to the west, the first trailer park would be Hollenbach's, and then you have Bell Buchanan's trailer park, and drive all the way through to where Millender's Park is now. It used to be a trailer park right on the water, and we all lived in trailer parks. But the crazy thing was where our house trailer was, straight across the Highway 98 was the oyster house. It was Maxie Carroll Seafood, and when I was a kid, where the bus would stop would be right dead center between my house and the oyster house, and we had a boat parked there. We'd go get on the boat right off the school bus, get on the oyster boat, go straight out and oyster that evening. And some days we'd make 50, 60 bucks oystering them. And back in the 80s, you thought you was making some money, We made our own money. If you wanted to go do something, you didn't go to your parents and get money. You had to work for it. Another thing that I miss about working back then is nowadays people go out, or the oystering's closed now, but later in life, people went out and caught oysters, and we sold it all in bag stock to oyster houses, and they ship it everywhere for half shell. But when I was a kid, we went out and caught the oysters. You shoveled them into a wheelbarrow, we rolled them into an oyster house and dumped them in a bin. And the next morning, my mom and both my sisters would be in the oyster house shucking those oysters. And that's another thing that happened to the bay, because when you done that, if you brought in a bunch of little oysters, you got in trouble with your mom or your sisters who was down there shucking them. So later in life, when they let that die out, people started bringing in smaller oysters and trashy oysters, and it helped to hurt our bay, But just things like that, I remember it that you miss, the little things that you never thought about. When they're gone, you'll miss them.
Yeah, in retrospect, yeah, those are big moments. So there's so many stories we could share, but we only got so much time. And I've heard that you actually debarbed a stingray with your teeth.
Well,
how'd that happen?
I do that almost every trip if I catch one. But the thing is, you're not biting the barb. You bite the tail of the stingray and you hold the barb with your hand and peel it out.
Okay.
But a stingray is so slippery that you can't hold him. So if you learn it while cast netting. If you're cast netting, and a lot of people won't do it, well, there ain't many people do it. I know another guy that does it, but while you're cast netting, if you pick that net up and that stingray's barb will be tangled up in the net, you can bite his tail, and that way he won't slip out of your hand. So you can pull that barb off and throw it away, and you don't have to worry about him sticking you while you're getting him out of the net. And I've applied that to my fishing trips, and people love it. So nowadays, when I do it, I take the barb out, and I'm biting the tail. I peel the barb off, and then I stick it in their hat brims. And there's literally hundreds of people walking around with stingray barbs in their hat that they got on a fishing trip with me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you guys do guided alligator hunts. Obviously, as we mentioned earlier, y'all do shelling, sunset cruises, inshore, offshore fishing. But man, I think what we love most about hanging out with you is just cutting up, being around real people, having a good time. And as we wrap this up, is there anything else you want to share with the folks? Any expectations they should have when they book with you? Or?
Well, the one thing that you can almost guarantee, if you book with me, we're going to have a good time.
That's
now,
right.
we may or may not catch fish, but
we're going to catch.
But I specialize in showing people a good time, man. Sure. Life's too short not to enjoy it. So no matter what you're doing, any guide down here, you can go out and catch fish most days. If anybody's catching them, everybody's catching them. But if you want to go out and just have a good day that you're not going to forget, I'm the guy you want to go with. I'm not trying to promote myself. It's just I'm going to have fun no matter what I'm doing.
That's exactly right, man. And again, Mr. Rickey, we enjoyed it. This is our second.
Thank you, guys, man.
This is going to be an annual thing for as years and years to come. We're going to bring our kids out here. It's going to be a generational thing, and it's going to be awesome.
Well, I always enjoy having you guys out here. I know if you're out here, Gary's not at my house.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
That was awesome. Awesome.
Oh,